Okay, we'll just wait for another 1 minute to 9:33. That's usually I start my MAO. All right, so good evening to all of you. Okay, we are starting pretty soon. We are now reaching about 83 people online. That's good, that's cool. All right, let's see whether today we can again reach our 200 mark. All right, today's this MEO took me a bit of time because I had to really understand and look through the entire US history. Oh, seriously, it's a very tough one, honestly. It's really very complicated. Really. I mean, now, in a way, I appreciate what we have in Singapore. It's pretty simple. But in USA itself, right, their way of getting a president is so, so tough. Okay. All right. So what we do is this, everybody. We will start the session right now. Good evening to all of you. All right. Hi, everybody. If you're online, give me a thumbs up so that we can know that you hear me loud and clear. Thumbs up. Yeah. Wow, Judy, have a glass of wine. In fact. Okay. Anybody not dressed too well? Okay. All cool. All right. Okay, we're hitting 95 people already. Thank you for all the thumbs up. Okay, guys, thank you so much. Okay, let's just begin for tonight's MAO. I'll be honest with you, I did most of it, but then the recap of last week, right, I didn't have the time because I rushed. I came back pretty late. And I didn't have time today. Yesterday was a very resounding success for me. All right, so we really did our best. By the time we home, we were all so tired. So yesterday, whole day was gone. And today is family day. I need to take my kids out and stuff like that. So nonetheless, the rest is fine. Okay, the rest of the main contents are here. So let's begin this session. Okay, so everybody, are you able to see my PowerPoint slides? If you can see my PowerPoint slide, give me a thumbs up. Okay. Okay, wow, okay. All right, now the thing is this. Now today's caption here is it possible to have 3 US presidents in a single year? That means I'm saying that if 2021, do you think is it possible to have 3 presidents in your opinion? Yes or no? Yes, right. Yes or no? What do you think? Is it possible that 3 presidents in a single year itself? Anything is possible. Everything is possible. Nope, nope, yes, yes, nope. Okay. Now, for those who say yes, can I hear from you? Why do you say yes then? Why do you say that it is possible to have 3 presidents on the same year? Anyone can share with me? Why this question? No, I'm just putting a caption here itself, but it's very, very possible. Now, the thing is this, FYI, even though, yes, the China, Denmark, Germany, France, everybody is still already confirmed in a way that Joe Biden will be the 46th US president. Okay, yeah, but the problem is that right, it's not official yet. Yes, it's not official. It's president-elect in a way, yes, but it's not official. Yeah, it's not official. So you all got it right. Okay, basically that means that Donald Trump will still be president until January the 20th. Okay, at least 19 minimally. Then after that, someone was coming right, which is likely Joe Biden. But if the problem is, if let's say something happened to the electoral votes, then Joe Biden may not be the president. Then what will happen next? Okay, that's one scenario. Scenario two is a little bit of conspiracy theory, whereby a lot of you guys are saying, in the market too. What if happened? Okay, what if someone like Joe Biden, who is 76 this year, 77 next year, and let's say due to any complication in his life, all right, he doesn't stay long, then who will be next president? Obviously, the next president will be the vice president. So theoretically speaking, I'm not saying that Joe Biden will have anything happen to him. Don't quote me that. But in case health take toll on his body and stuff like that, things happen, and then he happened to be not around, then of course there'll be a potential of the third president. Now, has it happened before in USA? It actually happened before, really. It happened before, and not one time, not two times, in fact, 3 times. So let's just start this today with the recap to talk about today's main topic. Now, 3 US presidents in a single year, possible? That's the first question. Now, second thing is, it's not a bullish market, but a bubble waiting to pop. Now, this is my personal view, by the way. I believe that we are not in a bullish market. We are definitely in a bubble waiting to pop, but this bubble is still growing. So when the bubble is still growing, right, that means it'll get bigger and bigger and bigger. So when things get bigger in the stock market, meaning the price will go higher and higher and higher, and everybody is still able to make money from the market until the last person, or we call it as under the fat lady sings, then the thing will start its motion, I'll put it this way. So the thing is, there's one guy recently pretty popular, and this guy is Bill Ackman. I think this is the guy that I think my good brother, Zhang Yaodong, yesterday during the session was trying to say, who is the guy who made $2.6 billion, and that is this Bill Ackman. All right, and the new vaccine story. Okay, this is something that's very interesting. I'll share this with you later on. Okay, so once again, before we start this evening, I need you to give me the disclaimer, because again, the personal is based on my personal sharing of the current market condition, and of course, there will be some stuff that's unconfirmed online, but I still pick it up and share this with you. So do a little favor. You can see all your seniors are doing it. They're keying the word disclaimer right inside the Zoom group chat to basically identify me from anything goes wrong. Of course, if you use my direction and make money, I congratulate you, and of course do donate something to the charity. If you happen to use my sharing and then don't make money and lose some money, then I'm so sorry, I'm not liable for this, as you know. Right, just give me your disclaimer, all right? All right, as long as I got more than 30 disclaimers according to my legal advice, I'm good enough. I'm happy for that. Thank you so much, guys. So this evening, let us begin, all right? With 145 people online now, that's good. Okay, the thing is this, let's recap what happened last week. Now, again, I just said earlier, I didn't have time to complete this segment here. Hence, therefore, right, I only did 2, but I think the main important thing is this. We have saw Pfizer. Now, Pfizer basically has created the vaccine, right? Which apparently says that 90% of the people who test on it seems to be okay. So apparently this is what is happening now. Everybody's looks towards buying it. And we have many countries and many deals coming on board to buy this thing from Pfizer. Now, everything looks good, but the thing is this, when I look at the stock price, I really, what's 488,902? Paul Chung, what is that supposed to mean? Okay, apparently it's not right. The stock price and the thing what the CEO did, right, doesn't really bite. So that's why I would like you guys to reconsider your investment in certain areas here, just in case things doesn't go out fine. Okay, now that's one. Then of course now the thing is, I'm gonna warn you guys. Apparently in Hong Kong, you can see pretty clearly, more than 300 kids, or almost 300 kids from 9 care center are sick with this upper respiratory tract infection. Okay. And because the flu virus is coming in. As you know, recently Singapore kept raining, right? Because we are really going to enter to the rainy season. And of course, that will come with the flu virus that usually we will have people falling sick, all right, nonetheless. And of course, at this time round, with the COVID-19 ongoing, right, it's going to be a little bit dangerous for all of us, okay? So yes, indeed, Keng Hua, if they will not work on different strain on COVID, apparently it's all right. The one that the Pfizer did is all right. It's only for one part of it. So that's why I would like you all guys to be very careful what you read on internet, because a lot of things they don't really cover in depth. But nonetheless, for all the parents, including myself, it's good that the holiday season is coming in, so our kids are going to be going to school. But on the other note, we'll be bringing them out, right? Because it's going to be staying at home all the way. So just in case, just keep our social distancing, all right? So do note the winter flu is coming in, all right? Hong Kong has been quite terrible over there. All right, so the thing is, let's go into the first part of today's MAO, and this is the 3 presidents in a single year. Now, this is going to be, now the odds of happening is definitely very low, but it is possible. And the one I'm going to share with you tonight is even deeper. It is much deeper than what the mainstream actually covers, okay? So I'm going to share this with you. If you're lost along the way itself, don't worry. I mean, seriously, it doesn't really concern us much. That's only that, right? If it really comes to that point, just take note the market will be more volatile than usual, okay? So let me go slow with you for this particular segment tonight. Now we know that as for what we know from the internet, okay, Joe Biden, the numbers already shows that he has about 290 votes, okay, electoral votes versus Donald Trump 232. Okay, so it seems to be, but you don't know that this time round, these two numbers, is the key point is this, okay? The last time Hillary Clinton, the popular vote that she won was 66 million. 66, that means that we're talking about this time round for Joe Biden's side itself, right? 12 more million votes above Hillary Clinton. That means that how much more people came on to vote. Then, of course, Donald Trump, the last time when she lost to Hillary Clinton, right, in the popular vote, right, it was around this 50 million, right? And this time around, he gained 72. So which means that another almost 20 million people came in to vote for Donald Trump. As a matter of fact, this is the highest number of votes ever done in USA. This is really incredible. But what is pretty scary is the craziness of the way it's split between both of them, which means that almost half of the American, most America, about 350 million people, talking about people who can really vote is about 1/3. So which means that almost everybody voted, and apparently the voters, the one that can vote, is deeply divided, okay, very deeply divided, seriously. So the point is this, that's the reason why you can see people on the street now going on street to protest, and obviously they're not putting masks, and that's probably the reason why there are more and more people falling sick in US. So the thing is this, we have seen that on all the mainstream media, Joe Biden beats Donald Trump to win presidency. This is just very recently taken up this morning. Biden takes Georgia to solidify his victory. And of course, US election security official rejects Trump fraud claims. So the thing is, these are all from very big mainstream media. And of course, Donald Trump has been trying to say that there's fraud in this voting, and he wants a recount, and he wants to do a lot of stuff, okay? But apparently the US election security says no to him. So at this moment, it seems to be okay, right? It seems to be good, right? But the problem starts actually, I mean, you can see that this is Kamala and this Joe Biden, they're all hand in hand, and they're very preparing to become the next president and the first, the vice president, okay? So the first, vice president in color, all right, with color is going to be the next vice president. But the thing is this, Donald Trump starts to reorganize his team. Now, this is very, very funny because seriously, he has just sacked Secretary Mark Esper and lists Christopher C. Miller as replacement. Now, Miller, all right, the thing is this, why is he doing that? I mean, we all know that, right? You're going to leave, you're going to close your can and then you just leave. But why is Donald Trump doing all this? Now, apparently, Esper distanced himself from the president because the president wanted to deploy military to control the race riot recently, right? But he basically didn't approve on that, and that basically pissed Donald off. Okay, that's the first thing. Then after that, during his photo opportunity, right, whereby he held a Bible at St. John Church in Washington, Esper was asked to stand beside him, but apparently for some reason of his, he decided not to do that, and that probably again angered Donald Trump. So what Donald Trump did was pretty simple. He just let him go. He get Christopher C. Miller come in and then let this guy go, all right? So the question is this, why is he doing that? Now, of course, it makes some sense to kick somebody away at the point that, you may get pissed off. But if you look carefully in Miller, this portfolio, right, then you realize that something is going to be pretty scary. Let me review him. Now, this is the new Defense Secretary, Christopher C. Miller. He was the Assistant Secretary of Defense, and look at it carefully, yeah? He is for the Special Operation and Combating Terrorism. He served in SOF team and was deployed to the ME multiple times. So what I'm trying to say is this, why would you want to bring this guy in, a special op guy combating terrorism, in here right now? I mean, seriously, what is the benefit of bringing somebody when you're going to leave in about 3 months' time? Unless you are going to do something. Yes, middle is correct. All right, so the point is this, why? Why would you want to bring this guy in at this point here? So this is whereby people are actually speculating it many, many rounds. And this is something that is a bit of concern. As you know, Donald Trump is not going to just leave like that, okay? And that's why I'm pretty concerned for the people in America, honestly. So you can see that thousands of people is actually rallying in DC to support Donald Trump. Arrests were made, but you can see the key points, and none of them on most of the photo I can capture are wearing this mask. Okay, someone that wearing masks not to prevent COVID, is more prevent from being recognized by the police. So you can see that, right? People are all going down, and they're really, if you look at these people, really, they are not wearing masks. They're just, going there, rally, take their flags. I mean, this is patriotism in the best, but in patriotic. But the point is this: isn't that very scary that you are putting your child, your children, all at risk? And then, of course, the stuff, right? You can see it's everywhere, and this is crazy. And more important thing is this: apparently, Donald Trump, okay, using the monster, he also went down to surprise people with some camel appearance. So my point is this: the country is really divided, really divided. Now the Republicans are now actually on the street, and the Democrats are hiding at home because they know that the problem with the COVID, but the people are not off. The beast, correct? Sorry, I'm bad. Sorry if the beast, correct. Yes, apparently it's all right. This is really pretty scary. All right. Now, if this doesn't continue, right, more people are going to fall sick. That is for sure. And if that's going to happen, then what will happen next? Think about this. Okay. Trump admits Biden won. Is it on CNN? Okay. Is it true? Let me just take a look. Really? This is something. Oh, okay, that's cool. Oh, okay. Let me just. Oh, okay. Wow. Okay. Wow. Yes, sorry, indeed. Yes. Donald Trump. Okay, that's cool. Cool. Okay, that's good. Let's hope that he really stay with that. Okay, let me just see the how's the futures are doing now, if that's the case. Is the futures standing up right now? Okay, the futures is recovering a bit. Just now was down 50 points, now down by 18 points. Okay. I don't know, but it's all everywhere on mainstream. I see on my handphone popping up now, saying that okay, we are seeing that from everywhere. It's saying that it's all it is doing that. Let's continue. Never mind. The thing is this, guys. I hope that he really, really means what he says, since we have this thing live on the MAO right now. But nonetheless, there are a few dates that we must take note of. Okay, so I'm going to go slow with that now. So the first date that we need to be very careful will be this one here itself, the Safe Harbor deadline. Now, 8 December 2020, that is whereby the members of the Electoral College cast their ballots for the president. Okay, so now with him saying that, maybe things get a bit easier right now. Under the US system, the winner of each state popular votes earns that state electoral votes, which are apportioned by population. Okay, the candidate who receives a majority of the 538 electoral votes available, or 270, will win the presidency. So now, again, I say with Donald Trump doing this is going to be interesting. Okay, serious. So Trump Twitter didn't say admit. Oh, guys, you guys are so cool with all these updates, right? This is going to be an exciting MAO. Okay, nonetheless, it's out 8 December. That is where this is the deadline, whereby the people have, the member of the Electoral College have to do that. Now, this is something whereby this is called a little bit of karma effect. Let me show you to you why. So CNN, as you know, who was not definitely pleased with Donald Trump, okay, projects a 306 electoral votes for Biden, which Trump won't concede, which obviously now is showing that. Okay. All right. Okay, let me read what Jimmy I just quoted right here. President Trump, for the first time Sunday morning, acknowledged President-elect Joe Biden's victory while falsely blaming his loss on a string of conspirators. Quoted from CNN. Oh, okay. Okay, let me just continue then. Okay, so what happened is this. Okay, back then itself, right? Okay, when Donald Trump won last time, he also won with 306 6 votes. Okay, and it was a massive landslide. So the thing is that CNN did was that they did a little sharing and says that, okay, how did it happen? Okay, so now we can see that previously Trump won Georgia. He has lost Georgia in a way. And of course, when he was in Arizona, he was leading back then. And now this time around, this one, he also lost. So you put the numbers together, all the electoral votes together, right? Which means that, right, this time around, Joe Biden could win by 306 votes, all right? So back then, right, this since 2018 to 2019, right, this Donald Trump has been always saying this. He won with 306, 306. He keep on repeating this. And apparently now, this time now, he could lose with 306. So is it like, when you speak too fast, things come back to you? Apparently now it's happening. So the thing is, if that's the case, is right, we can pretty sure that Joe Biden might become the confirmed to be the president, right? But again, it's too early to call because we still got this actual votes to go. Okay, we still got this to go. So on 6th of January 2021, Congress meets at 1 p.m. at Washington to count the electoral votes and declare a winner. Okay. Now the thing is this is very interesting, huh? Okay, all right, interesting, huh? If the electoral college splits between 269 to 269 in 2020, now based on the 12th amendment to the Constitution, we'll conduct a contingent election. That means dictates that the House pick a president and the Senate pick a vice president. Now we all know that now the Senate likely will be, taken by the Republican. All right, maybe. All right. So the thing is this: it is very, very possible to see that Biden become the president while Mike Pence become the vice president, because this is very possible. Okay, so this is whereby it's going to be very interesting and going to be tough. Imagine if Biden is the president and Mike Pence the vice president with two different parties. I think they're going to have big problem to pass anything, because just for the spite of just not letting you win, they may really create a havoc together. All right, so that's the problem that it is possible. Now the thing is this: on the 20th of January 2020, right, if everything goes fine, then of course we will see a president. But the thing is, what if on that day after the counting and the thing ends at a point whereby really cannot find who to be the rightful president? This is based 2021. Oh, so sorry, 2021. Typo error. Apology. Yeah, sorry. Okay. Let me just a typo error. Thank you for highlighting that. Really got no time to do a lot of things. Okay, let me just correct it properly. 2021 itself, right? The U.S. Constitution stipulates that a new presidential term must begin. Now, what is must? That means by hook or by crook, all right, they have to have a president of America by the 20th January 2021. It's a must, even though let's say they don't have, right? So the thing is this: what if really, because of whatever reason, they do not allow that to happen because of something happened in electoral votes, then do you know that who will be the next president? Anyone knows that? If let's say that really by that day itself, because of electoral votes counting and come on the deadlock of 269, then who will be the president? Anybody can tell me? Yes, you guys are so good, man. Yes, correct. Yes, the House Speaker would be the next president. So the thing is this, let me bring to you. If not, they will activate this thing called succession planning. And the vice president elect by the Senate will become the president. That is called the succession planning. So the vice president will become, elect by the Senate, will become the president. So that actually will be Mike Pence. Okay, Mike Pence, okay, right. If let's say he is the vice president, but what if Mike Pence something happened to him, or he resigned, or he just, So what will happen if the vice president therefore resign? What's next? And you guys are right. The next selection will be the Speaker of the House, will be the next U.S. president. Okay, so yes, then that lady will be the one that torn the paper right behind Donald Trump back then, and her name is Nancy Pelosi. Yes, indeed. So you see, very complicated, right? Everything is linked to link. It could be you, it could be me, it could be someone else. Apparently, it's quite complicated. Seriously, when I go through this, I was having a bit of heartache when going through everything. So the problem is this, right? Well, when I look at Nancy Pelosi itself, we know that she's a lady of age a little bit. But I realized something here, guys. Just a joke, okay? Just a joke, Just a joke. I realized that she liked to wear these big beads around her. Now, either she put on scarf or she put on these big beads around her. Okay, of course, this is a very simple lady thingy to prevent people seeing your neck, to look a little bit old. But she has this thing with her, always her fashion sense within these two things. So when I saw these big beads around her, right, straight away itself, I cannot deny it, this cartoon character came to my mind. All right, which cartoon character came to your mind? Anyone knows that? Which cartoon character came to my mind when I see these big beads around her as well? Akuma? No. Yes, Simpson, but which one is that? Which Simpson was that? Anyone can give me the right name? Anyone watch Simpsons here? Okay, all right. Is this young girl? All right, this young lady who turned a woman later on. Don't you find that interesting? The thing is, I'm a yes, Lisa, correct. Apparently, it's all right. Once I saw these beads around her, I just couldn't deny myself. Straight away, I went back to the Simpsons cartoon, and then I just happened to take this picture out. And of course, the more I look at it itself, right, the more I feel that they are related in a way. And yes, Pelosi is not young. 80 years old? Wow, she is 80 years old. Wow, she's older than Donald Trump? Okay. Okay, so I'll leave it there. I didn't check on her on that. Okay, but nonetheless, it's all right. This is a bit crazy, my point. So I can say this, guys. I mean, I seriously wish Biden all the best, and I really wish him to be the president because of what he said. His first speech was pretty good. I mean, he really wants to really help the country, at least from what the speech is. And Kamala, to my opinion, she is pretty strong. She gave me a feel that she's like something like this Barack Obama's wife, Michelle, and of course a little bit stronger. So I felt that right, this is good. If actually US have Joe Biden as a president, as long as nothing happened to him, things should be good. Okay, so that is my take of the potential of 3 US presidents appearing in 2021. Okay, all right, so that is my first takeaway, all right, from here itself. Okay, has this happened before? Yes, in a way. Yes, Shellen, yes, as long as one crossover, the party will win, all right? The main thing is that the 270, is that one party must cross 270. That is a very important thing. So with all this thing itself is that, why is this important to us? Definitely, I mean, seriously, whoever is the president, the way the policy will basically give a lot of what they call feel for the market. If the market feels that, nope, we don't like the new president or we don't have confident president, then seriously, you will have investors leaving the country. This is actually very important because USA has always been the leader of the market. Now think about this for one moment. Now Donald Trump, although for all his candidness and some of the erratical behavior, but he did bring 3 things do for good for USA. He brought the stock market to all-time high. He also did a very strong fight against China and took back some money. And of course, he also basically put a lot of American proud by doing all the things that he promised. So all I can say is this, right? This thing itself, right, will give a lot of volatility to the market. And of course, if the president or the leader of USA is not strong, things may be pretty complicated, all right? Especially with the country so divided right now. So apparently this happened back in 2000. It was a decision by the United States Supreme Court that basically Al Gore was winning back then, okay, but because of the dispute in Florida, and that causes Bush to win instead. So it was actually done, it was a decision by the state court, the Supreme Court, by the way. And that was something that we saw back in 2000, okay? Then, of course, back time in 1824, this was very interesting. So what happened was that the Andrew Jackson, it was a Democrat, it was basically there, back then he a bit quite divided away. So Andrew Jackson, he was basically leading, okay, pretty strongly. But after that itself, right, because it was 4-man race, and end of the day, one of the men decided to give his votes to the John Quincy Adams. And after that, because of that, what happened, John became the elected president. Now, of course, when he did that itself, right, the guy who gave the vote became one of the Senate House. So this became a little bit like, in Singapore called Kelong, meaning a bit of fraud involved there. But it also happened back in 1824, whereby it really boils down to the final day. So all these things happened for in US. But what is interesting is this, okay? What is happening to now is going to be pretty important for all of us. Correct, Yuming? Regardless, it's too long or short, as long as we follow the rules, follow the PSV system, we should be fine, okay? But then again, just for understanding itself, let us know more of this, okay? It will help us. So for the dates, remember, 8th of December, okay, let me just correct myself to be very sure of that, okay? So 8th of December is one day to take note of. The market will be volatile towards there. 14th December, Then of course the 6th January, this is the one that really have to really watch out for. So this is going to be very, very interesting. Okay, so all these dates, please take note of that. Okay, okay. So the thing is this. I know that the first one's a bit dry and may not interest you guys over here in Singapore, but nonetheless, the people in America, this is going to be good for them. So the thing is, people may keep on asking me, Cal, you did say the market will come down, right? Apparently, the market came down, but the market recovered again. So what's your take right now? Now, seriously, guys, you must understand something very critical here. You must understand this thing. Is that right? If the Federal Reserve or the people are keep on buying, all right, there's nothing we can do. The market will just grow bigger. It's just like, you know, you blow a balloon, right? You blow a balloon. Okay, let me just illustrate for you. It's like you personally, you are a guy here yourself and you blow a balloon. So what happens? It go bigger and bigger and go bigger and go bigger. So each time it goes bigger, people say, oh, go distant than you. But each time you blow, it got bigger and bigger and bigger. There will be a point whereby it will burst. But before it bursts, there will be a point, you go this high first, then another bigger, another higher level, another higher level. So that's why now people are saying that, look, you tell me you burst, but it didn't, so what should I do? Now do note, the more air is pumped into this, the elasticity itself will stretch, and there will be a point whereby it grows so big that people will just ignore it, and when the thing prick only, the burst will be bigger, louder than you can expect. Now, this is something that we all have seen it before. In my last 20 years as a trader, I've seen this so many times. Because initially, when the bubble was booming, right, it gets bigger and bigger, right? Initially, people get scared. But after a while, they got bigger, and the things that you feel that, hey, come on, man, I'm missing out the best of the best. So people say, never mind, just continue. And they keep on allowing this bubble to grow bigger until the day it just bursts, and that's where it's got to get the collateral hit across the board, or collateral damage. Yes, they still have to do, Bojo, they still have to count, right? Even though Trump has done that, right? He still have to count. So the thing is, that is my personal take. Into my opinion, it's not a bullish market, but a growing bubble. Why am I saying this? Let us be honest here. I don't know why suddenly we are not interested in the coronavirus anymore. Okay? Yeah, these 54 million people getting this virus, okay? Now, 1 million deaths is really, in a way, like it's not very big, consider the number of people infected. That is true in percentage form. But with 1 million deaths, is still 1 million people have left us. That is very sad, honestly. Yes, we have 37 million or 38 million, to make it simple, people who recovered. But we still got a lot of people, nearly 16 million people who are actually still at pretty bad condition. And you can look at it, look at the chart, my goodness, since January this year, look at the chart of daily cases. I mean, if we are charties here itself, right, you can see that the market is just going up. I mean, the thing is, it's going higher and higher, but no one bothered, right? May, you're absolutely right. They're immune to it already. Or it just basically downplayed by the media. If the media don't play all these things to you, even though they can keep on updating this chart here, to us, it's like, oh, okay, it's just another person. That is the scary part. When things come to this point itself and the stock market is going higher, right? I've seen this so many times. It's just a matter of time it's going to prick. And this time around, the burst is going to be loud and clear. So this is what happened 2 days ago. Now, I mentioned to you guys, right, once we hit 150,000 daily deaths, daily infected cases, sorry about that. All right, this Dr. Fauci will come in. And indeed, that day when the US number hit 153,000, right, Dr. Fauci came in and started to tell people that it's going to be worse. So 2 days ago, we saw it hit 187 cases in a single day. Then yesterday, hit about 157. Now, this is really crazy. The way it's increasing is 3 times faster than India daily. All right, it is really very scary numbers, okay, in USA alone. So the thing is this, what am I worried about is that this is actually on mainstream media. Now, the thing is, South China Post says that Pfizer and BioNTech vaccine is no cure for all coronavirus ills. Okay, that means that it's not for everything. And Straits Times, or Singapore Straits Times says that, right, US pandemic has intensified. Okay, Then, of course, they got an article. This is something really, really a bit scary. China finds coronavirus on frozen beef. Now, I believe that we saw this article before, right? Somewhere earlier part. But apparently now, recently, right, this Straits Times repeated on that. And of course, I went to dig a little bit again on our Straits Times, so I don't find overseas, I find our local papers. So apparently they says that the eastern Chinese city of Jinan, they found a new virus on beef and truck and packaging, and this product from Brazil, New Zealand. All right. Apparently, all these countries are all the one that came from them, and you can see that right, more than 7,500 people have contracted this because of the contaminated products. And China is a world top beef buyer, and Brazil and Argentina is the largest supplier. So probably that's the reason why you can see that a lot of people from Argentina and Brazil are infected by this disease. But more incredibly is that, right, the World Health Organization says that the risk of catching COVID-19 from frozen food is low. So WHO say it's low, so okay, keep a relief, right? But China has repeatedly sound alarms after detecting the virus on the imported food products, triggering disruptive import bans. So seriously, I mean, we all know that China is the country that probably started this virus. Then for some reason itself, right, they managed to bring the numbers down to now the country is able to move around without wearing masks. And then the thing is that the WHO says that the risk is low, but China repeatedly sounding the bell. So I don't know really how to look at this seriously, but this can come from our Straits Times. I trust what the report writes. So all I can say is this, right? This is not going to end so soon, in my personal opinion, all right? So hotel brands suffered major losses. That is very clear. More and more hotels are suffering, and these reports are pretty bad. And of course, the thing is this: if really the winter season comes in and more people get sick, I cannot think how bad would that be. We're talking about now. Back then in March, okay, in February, March, April, June period itself, we're talking about the time the number of people falling sick in US is about 2 to 3 million people. Today, we are more than 11. So the numbers are much greater back currently now. And you're telling me itself that you will do better when the economy open, with the virus ongoing? I cannot see that. And I believe that there will be more downside coming in. So from PricewaterhouseCoopers, they say that, right, more than half, 58% of Manhattan hotel remain closed. And apparently it's right, as much as 61,450 hotel rooms are not open yet, and about 2,007 are expected to be shuttered permanently, all right? So the thing is that this is the one that is going crazy. The COVID crisis triggers most credit insurance payouts since 2009. So you all know, right, this credit default swaps, all right, it's the one that basically was pretty popular back then. It's basically like an insurance bet against companies. And of course, if the company goes down, the people bet against it will win money. And apparently, some traders are making a lot of money because of this itself, and the payout is getting more and more. So the problem comes in if more and more such people start to do defense shorting here itself, or buying at this point here, and really the companies are going down, right? Then what will happen then? That means a lot of people will be making money on one side, and of course, the rest of the economy will be totally screwed. So you can see from here is the number of CDS option rising to all-time high again. Now see that again. Now back in 2009, that was whereby people, remember, due to the CDO crisis, the thing happened, right? And now we are back to the same level, if not higher than that. Now this is pretty scary because people are now making great deal of money to bet against companies. So if companies fail, then of course people make money. So seriously, you think about this is very scary. And apparently this trading has surged, right? All right, even when the bonds trading has slumped. So you have the Federal Reserve, European Central Bank buying securities to prop up the market, making it easier to trade the swaps and the bonds, according to the some of the people in Munich. All right, so you can see right here on the Bloomberg data, the data of the US company, you can see, right, the credit default swap option, all right, steeper than losses. Look at it, it's very bad. That means that it's almost basically, right, sure win in a way. All right, so which means more and more companies are declaring bankruptcy. All right, so you're telling me the stock market is all-time high, but companies are at bankruptcy level. So this is really very scary, guys. Now, again, I'm not purposely trying to get a negative thing to show to you, not positive. I also show you positive stuff, but we cannot deny that these are all going on board here, and these are all from the very strong mainstream media. Now, airlines are basically cutting more people away because really there's no flying. Then how they do that itself? How Genting back in black? Well, this one I will have to. I have no time to read on this thread. Maybe you can find it and tell me why they do that. All I can say is this. All right, there's a lot of ways to become really creative, a lot of ways to do that. I will not go in depth. Okay, so thing is, we are seeing that. So now, although US tried to open, but now with 100,000 people falling sick, who the hell will go and fly again? So that is a very big issue. So seriously, I am not too sure what is going on right now with other countries, but I saw we have Hong Kong and this Singapore going to have this travel allowance here. So I would just really want to pay more attention to the news and that. All right, bankers are losing their job. Now, back then, bankers are really good jobs whereby it have good securities, a lot of money to make. But apparently, right, you can see that, right, Wells Fargo, they are basically coming to fire people away because they really think that it's getting too many people in the sector, and they believe that, right, there should be more downside to go. So you think about this, well, we are seeing the stock market at high, and everything is good, but the coronavirus is ongoing and the numbers are increasing and people are losing jobs, and CDS, the credit default swaps are all increasing. I mean, how can this be? Now, how can this keep on the news, the bad one is going up, but then the good news is that the market is going up? So we can see that's the reason, because USA kept spending. Now, US piles up record October budget deficit to $284 billion. Now, that means after the plus and the minus, finally it's still a minus, and it's as much as 284. And apparently, federal spending set record the first month for fiscal, right, as much as $521 billion. Okay, so if you keep on spending money, that is how you probably can, show the stock market how to go up. But it's not going to help the real world itself, the real economy, and that is whereby I believe that this is going to be pretty bad. And this is all the very latest report. Now, let me just cross-check a quick one to see the US futures IG market, to see what is it doing now, to see whether it's any improvement after that data came in. Let me take a look. Well, the interesting thing is this, the IG market still is negative 19 points. So something interesting here. So I want to, after this MAO, I'd like to take a look what did Donald Trump really say. All right, if anybody have any new updates on this Donald Trump conceding defeat, right, please let me know. This is something interesting, okay? I mean, this is something cool. Then I went to look at this Federal Reserve balance sheet, and I just realized that they have started to again increase their balance sheet. They have started to increase again, and probably we're at an all-time high level now. So we've obviously, if Federal Reserve keep on pumping money, undeniable is all right. This is what actually is really happening. So of course, with all these things happening, again, we need to find someone to look at it. But apparently, we look at this Warren Buffett. He's not buying much himself, even though he did participate in some of the IPOs like Snowflakes. But in terms of view, he still haven't given a view yet. So I went around and looked at this guy here. This guy called Bill Ackman. All right, anyone remember him? All right, Bill Ackman. Now, Bill Ackman is this guy here. He the last time in about March, okay, or sorry, about February, in fact, okay, he basically used $27 million to turn it into $2.6 billion. Wow. Now, what he did was that he basically did the credit default swaps thing, trade, and basically he's doing it again, okay? All right, he's doing it again. Now, this is very interesting. On November 11, this is the article. This is the article, okay? Hold on. It's okay. Hold a minute, guys, because I'm doing, give me the controller. The account controller. Yeah. Okay, hold on. Adrian, come. Just press one button plus on there. Okay, sorry for that. Need to make my kids take their rest for tonight. Okay, so what happened is that he basically used 27 million to make to 2.6 billion. I'm quite sure, right? Any of us would like to make this up money. And you know that how fast he took this bet? He only took this period of time. Take a look. This was where in mid-February, he put on his bet for the $26 million bet, okay? Then after that itself, right, the thing came on, okay? And the market crashed down. In between, he did came in, and on CNBC, he went and say something pretty negative and caused the market to sell even stronger, right? Remember that day? And of course, exactly near the low, he bought back his position, and just in a matter of less than a month plus, he made $2.6 billion. So in 1 month time, he made $2.6 billion. This is how powerful that trade was. So obviously, a guy like him who sold near the high and bought back near the low, obviously, in my opinion, you must be the guy to follow, right? So the thing is this, he just said that he just placed a new bet against the corporate credits, okay? He says that, right, the market again got complacent about the current impact of the pandemic. So, but the thing is this, he is pretty, how I put it this way, hold on, Adrian, open the door, off the lights. Okay, so, oh, thank you. I saw someone posted a long article, Robert, thank you for doing that. Okay, I'm reading what this Robert has just posted. Okay, so he conceded defeat, but still think it's okay. All right, I'll read that later. But nonetheless, itself, right, for Eichmann, right, it's a bit of contrary here, right? That's where he says, he put in a new trade, hedging his equity exposure with the corporate defaults, okay? And he said this, his very own words, not mine. I hope we lose the money on this next hedge, okay? Meaning, right, they are long equity, positive equity, but just in case go down, they do a hedge, all right? And the thing is this, okay? He's saying that we're in this treacherous time right now, and it's fascinating that it's the same bet we put 8 months ago, but he want to lose the money. So it's like playing a little bit like the goody guy to say that although I bet against the market, but I really hope I lose this money so that, right, the market can be better. So apparently he said that this time around the short or this bet is only 30% of the size that he bet. So back then he bet 27, right? Okay, so that means 30% only this time around is about less than $10 billion. So he's saying that. So he's just speaking about like insurance for himself. Okay, so what happened? So you can see that, right? This is what happened back then when he, in March, he basically came on CNBC. He claimed, they said something pretty nasty in a way. And of course, he said that, I really blame CNBC. It took 15 seconds of my interview and then went scaring people, okay? And he said that, right, he gave a very bullish message. I said I was buying stocks. Now, I don't have time to go and dig up on this message, but I remember I covered this last MAO. And I know that he was not bullish. I repeat, he wasn't bullish. He was pretty clear. He was looking at the market to come down lower. Okay, I'm very sure of that. So his words really makes me really think 3 times, I'll put it this way. Now, the thing is this, he is very sure, he just came in the report, he says that he's very sure that 2021 will be a great year and there's nothing to worry about. He said that you got low rates, you got a likely stimulus, you could see the infrastructure spending, you could see a well-capitalized banks and stuff like that. And he says that 2021 could be a very, very good year in the market. So go long, as I would say, okay? So the thing is this, he is pretty clear that he is calling for long right now while he plays near to $10 billion this bet just in case, okay, to protect himself. So he says this, okay, he's very confident that the dynamic duo of Joe Biden and Kamala Harris will be able to steer the country better, okay? And he advised Donald Trump to fold a 10 and concede gracefully. Probably that's the reason for today. All right, the thing is this, he says that, right, the US consumers are sitting at a sum of $3 trillion of saving, okay? People are not eating out, they're not going for vacation, they're not driving. So basically, he's saying that elementarily, people with lockdown, what they do, they'll either be investing into that. And he says this probably is the single greatest time in history to open a restaurant. Now, when I read this stuff, right, I don't know. I mean, this is really a very, very optimistic piece of article. Now, of course, if you are a believer of his and you think that it is like that, then of course you should be buying. You should be buying. But to me, is that right? When I look at this article, I just find that he's really way too bullish. And even Warren Buffett not saying something like this. So to me, he's a trader and he made billions of dollars back then doing the so-called little act there itself. All I can say is this: his words, right, really give me some reason to concern. So how do you think, guys? How many of you believe in him? Or how many of you don't believe in him? Can you give me your opinion? If you believe in him, please key the word believe. If you guys don't believe him, just key don't believe. What do you write over there? Bullshit. Is that right? BS stands for? Can't believe a pinch of salt. Believe in BS. Oh, thank you, Carl. Well, you guys don't even believe him. None of you believe him. I mean, he's a billionaire. He makes so much money. Okay, opposite. Hey, you guys have done job bullish. He wants all to lose, so he's selling to people he wants to buy. Yes, correct. Jacqueline, honestly, yes, this guy really got a little bit he's a trader put it this way. He's a trader. And FYI, in case you guys was wondering his name familiar, right? He was the guy who was betting against the this multi-level marketing Herbalife back then itself, and he lost quite a big time. He was at time was versing he versus George Soros, and he lost quite badly back then. Okay. All right, I'll leave it to you guys. I mean, he's now the main guy on the street now. Everybody's talking about him. So, I would say I give you both sides of the coin. Okay, I'm not saying bull or bear, but definitely this guy is bull. That's why I'm sharing with you. All right, whether you believe or not, I'll leave it to you to decide. Okay. So he said this. This is the one that really made me give the biggest question mark. Eichmann expressed concern that the coronavirus is out of control. He pointed that the news of the vaccine will make people careless with safety measurement. The problem is unsophisticated people will take this announcement as, I don't need to worry now. You want people to be scared, you want. So seriously, again, this statement come in again, I am a bit lost with here. So what does he want to tell people? I'm really lost. So like it's covering everywhere, every angle is covering. So whichever the market goes, he's correct. That's how I see it. Do you agree with me? All right, came from the same article, by the way. So I'll leave it down there. I think I'll leave it down there. He is the big boy. He's a billionaire. I'm nowhere near him at all. So I just want to quote him and share this with you. Okay? So, but then the thing is that undeniable, right? What is behind the scene or in front of the scene now is that the mounting commercial real estate losses is threatening the bank recovery, which means that more and more banks are suffering because people can't pay. And if people can't pay, the banks will suffer because they can't get back their loans and interest and stuff like that.
Can you close the door?
Just watch TV.
Huh?
You want to watch TV? Just watch.
Mm-hmm.
That's Ariel watch. Okay. So remember this company, Pfizer. All right. Now the thing is this. I think when this happened, when the news came out about this early data signal that COVID-19 vaccine is 90% accuracy, right? Now, of course, we saw the Dow Jones rally 1,700 points. Okay. All right. 1,700 points. Remember that? Okay. So I believe that a lot of people went long in the market. And the time when Dow hit 30,000, I was telling many people that to be very careful. Something is just not right in this whole equation. And of course, we saw the Dow went up all the way up 1,700 points. The Dow closed up 800 points that day. All remember that on 4th of November, 9th of November, just recently. Okay, so everything looks good. But if you actually bother to look at correct, Chelsea, apparently, right, you look closer, this is something that you need to be concerned for, okay? That richest countries are already buying 80% of this Pfizer vaccine. And apparently itself, right, more people are buying this. Now, you have a lot of people buying your vaccine, okay? And you can see that, right, it's all everywhere, even our local Chinese Asia covering here, okay, all right, okay? But, hey, what is this again? Gene, Donald Trump just tweeted, I concede nothing. Oh my goodness, what is this? Oh my God, on a Sunday it's so crazy. Serious? Oh my God. Okay, I'll leave it there. I got in my MAO. Okay, this is crazy. Okay, anyway, so my point is I'm a trader, right? So when I see this straight away, my first thing is this. I went to look at the stock price. Now we know that when Kodak, I remember the company Kodak, right? When they so-called was involved in just this vaccine trial, preparing for it, right? The share price went up by 40%. So when this company, right, says that they have this vaccine that can help 90% effectiveness, right, and people are buying from them, I straight away jump into the stock price to look at it. So obviously, straight away, yes, you guys were right. The CEO sold 60% of his share, as much as 62. You're right. My point is this: why would you want to sell that share on the day? Now the point is this: apparently it's all right. They says that he already has this intention to sell on that particular day. So my point is, okay, let's just buy it. Okay, okay, let's just do it, huh? Okay, so he says that, right? This guy, the CEO, says that he has very pre-state to sell, like what Jeff Bezos does. But that means he have a date, and that date is very confirmed. So the point is this: at the day, at the same time, you release that news. So on that day, you release the news on the day that you're going to sell. I mean, seriously? Okay, fine. Maybe you really, by coincidence, okay, you put a date to sell, and that day that vaccine came out, and you have to also release on the same day. Okay, I buy you. You really did it. Okay, you really did it. Okay, on coincidence. But when I look at the stock prices, can you tell me this stock of chart from October to today, is there any much different in prices? That means October, okay, that was before the news. If the stock price higher was 38, and today now is about 38.62. Come on, man. I mean, the news was out, okay, when this thing happened. It was out on the 11th or 12th, okay, of the November. And now you're telling me after that itself, right, the share price, the last 2 weeks, is back to about the same price as 1 month ago? I can't buy you, my friend. I really cannot buy you. So when I look deeper, the last 3 days, does this look like a share that a company that really did very well? I mean, or who found the so-called cure? I mean, let's say, let's put it this way. If CEO, okay, I have to sell my share because I already put as an instruction. Okay, so I sold it off. Then I know that the vaccine really is very good. Wouldn't I want to buy back my shares? 60% of it. Seriously, then why is this happening? Look at the share price. Look at the way the share comes down after they release the news. That means after the news, it happened, right? Okay, everybody, you guys are smart traders, right? Take a look. This is where the news of it, so the shares spike up. Then after that, you look at it. Tell me, does this look by accumulation or distribution, in your opinion? So to me, this is really not making any sense. So the thing is, there are a lot of people buying. So either that they don't do a homework, or maybe we are wrong. We should now basically take all our money and buy into the share price. Because why not, right? Because since they have found the cure, okay, I really don't know. I have been trading for so long in my life. When I see this, I know I smell a rat here. I repeat, I smell a rat here. So I'm not going to buy into this story. And now think about this. If the market seriously is able to recognize something here that's good, right? Yeah, Sheila, the thing is that people say that what CEO sell, they also sell. I mean, we can understand that. But don't the rest of the world want to buy? I mean, if this company is going to have this vaccine and there's so many orders coming in, why aren't the boys buying? I mean, if there's so much orders coming in to buy this product, seriously, whatever price they sell, people will buy, right? So the point is this: with all this show ongoing, then why is the share price coming down? You understand my point? If you're the company boss and you know there's so many orders coming in, you will buy back your shares. Or if not, your friends will buy back their shares. If not, the shares will be shooting up all the way. But why is it coming down? It doesn't make any sense here itself. All right. Seriously, to me, this is really crap, my guys. So watch Fitzer carefully. If the share price goes below the low, okay, I repeat, if the share price breaks this point here, which is about 36.50, yeah, that means something is very, very wrong already. I repeat, If the share price break 36.50, this point here, something is very, very, very wrong. Be very careful, my friends. Huh? Don't play punk in this. This could be one hell of a game that we will never know how big it can go, okay? So the guys, to make your life easier as well, right, then why not just basically go for my preview on the 21st of November, 10 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. I will be doing my PSV this preview. Now, FYI, guys, this is how it works from next month onwards. Right, I only do one preview 1 month. Every 1 month, I only do one time preview. And of course, what happened is that you guys will go for a preview, understand how it works, and then you pay for it. And what happened next is that, right, you have this webinar at your own time, own target. You can basically go through all the videos and learn it yourself. Then every month, there'll be one day I will conduct a 4 hours live revision with 50 students. All right, and then we will basically meet up in a while for 4 hours every month, one Saturday. So which means every 1 month there's only one preview and one 4 hours live revision. That's all I will conduct for my classes. Okay, so guys, if you are interested to learn more on my system, right, 21st November Saturday, there will be a preview. The page will be available to register tomorrow on Trade with the Boy Facebook page. Okay, just a little bit of a small advertisement for myself. Okay. All right, so for this coming week, the economic calendars, watch out for this Monday, the China industrial production. Now, China has been quite unstable. There are some selling recently, so do watch out for that. Apparently, the numbers are not high. The numbers looking at lower number. This is quite scary. If China not doing well, the whole world shouldn't be doing that well. On Tuesday, 9:30 p.m., that's where the core retail sales is expected to be also lower than expected. So watch out for that. The retail sales also looking to be lower than expected because see the previous month was 1.5% and 1.9%. This time around they revised it almost 1% lower. So it's a little bit of scariness right here. Okay. Then on the Wednesday night at 11:30 hours, crude oil inventories. Now again, we saw crude oil prices is a very important indicator. If crude oil price comes down, usually stock market will also come off. Okay, so watch out for that 11:30 on Wednesday. And on Thursday, the Philadelphia Federal Manufacturing Index is very important. And you realize this, all the numbers, including the initial jobless claim, all are revised downwards. Okay, so careful, guys. Next week, apparently the numbers seem to be purposely lower than the previous consensus number. All right. So the point is this. If the market purposely bring the numbers down, and if the market really go lower, there will be selling. Okay, I repeat. Now, usually when the consensus is lower than the previous, they bring it lower because maybe they want to purposely make it low and then they come out high and the market rally. It is one way out. But based on what happened last week when the market was pumped up and pulls back, and we always know that, right, the market had information way earlier. So I suspect that last week the market was already done, the pump and dump effect already been done. Hence, therefore, they know that this week could be pretty bad. So traders, this coming week, be very careful. If the data start to come below the consensus, right, it will become a wildfire. It will spread faster, and be very careful on that. Okay, so be very careful on this Monday for China, Tuesday for retail sales, and Thursday for the US manufacturing index and the jobless claim and home sales. All right, be careful for next week. All right, so we have come to the end of this MAO in terms of all the fundamentals. Let's go into the technical and see what can we learn from there itself. Okay, let's look at it. Right, take a look. Right, everybody, can you see my my Dow Jones chart? Let's just verify. Can you see it? Yes, can you see, right, my Dow chart, right? Okay. Now the Dow chart, we can see pretty clearly that we saw the incredible rally of 1,700 points and the way the tail pulled back. Now, I did share with you a very simple calculation is that you take the high of this candle and take the closing price of this candle. Okay, and what you do is that you take this number and divide by 2, you get a very interesting number. It's here. So apparently it's all right. If the market can recover and cross the midway of this 2 points, this point A and point B, if the market can cross the midpoint of this point A, point B, we should see the market crossing back again to A, and maybe we go to all-time high. I did say before, we can see even as high as 32,000. Okay. Now, on the flip note, I also say this: if the market breaks below B, then there will be selling. And for some strange reason, you look carefully, you clear drawing again. If you look carefully, right, the market simply know that there is a very interesting pivotal point right here. So which means that, right, if the market can cross the midpoint, the market will go to this point here easily. But if the market pulls back and close below here, then there will be selling to as point of here, which is the MA30. So MA30 as of now, it is now trading at about, take a look, at about 28,400, 28,250 area. So watch out for these 2 points, my friends. Okay, this is going to be very critical for us. Okay, so that is for the Dow. For the Nasdaq, well, you can see that Nasdaq itself, right? I didn't draw much because there's not much I can draw. So I can only say that my MA30 will be the main thing I'm looking at. Now the Nasdaq did recover on the Friday, but it's still within, it's an inside bar compared to the bar below. So again, it's still too early to call. So if the market stays above the MA30, then that's fine. We could see Nasdaq coming up again. But we can see that there's a very strong technical resistance at 12,400. So traders, be very careful on that. Yes, I did mention that on the Dow on the weekly chart. Okay, I'll show to you shortly, Liu Ming. All right, you can see that on the weekly chart. This is what happened. I told you guys that if the weekly chart opens and stays above the opening price, the Dow will be going up. And indeed, it really happened. Okay, yes, it should be a few weeks of rally. Okay, as long as the market stays above the opening price of last week itself. Okay, yeah, indeed. So that's why I did say that if it stays up, it'll be bullish, and I am still on that point here. Okay. All right, for the S&P 500, you can see that this is Nasdaq. Sorry, this is the Nasdaq, the one that I draw for other people, and you can see that, right, it's still following the triangle. So what's happening is that there is still going to be potential to watch around November 20th to 22nd. Okay, November 20th to 22nd to watch out for movement. All right, then for S&P 500, now S&P 500 have pretty clearly broke the downtrend line, so it became a strong support right here. So I can take this up from now. And I mentioned that this is the previous cycle high, and the market also took it as strong support, so you can take this out right now. So now the thing is this: if you look at it, when you string up the chart a little bit, this is what happened. I took the high here and the high here and extend. Wow, we see the absolutely reason why the market, see, this is the point I draw. And when I extend it further, this is where the resistance was, and the market really pulls back. Now, the thing is this: what is going to be critical is this 2 RSI point. You can see that the both RSI points are to stop around here at 65. But of course, based on the movement, it's slightly higher, but based on closing, it's slightly lower. So my point is this: for S&P 500, it has to try up to this point again. But if S&P loses this point here, the neckline, that's about 3500, 3500. If the S&P loses this neckline, then there will be some profit taking all the way to about 34. Okay, so S&P traders, watch out. Now the MA200 is very critical, very strong support. Every time it goes near there, the market rebound, and really it happened. So let's watch out again. If the market do come back down and hit the MA200, right, instead of selling, you should be looking for buy entry. Okay. All right. Then how about gold? Now this is gold chart. Okay. Apparently we saw the gold shooting past the trend line and when it going up. So back then, many people think that this is where the gold will go, right? I say no. I told you guys, I don't think so. I believe there will be some resistance at 1958 to 1969. And apparently that day itself, when the COVID virus vaccine came out, gold plunged $100, right? But what was scary was the gold hits the MA200, it stays there and rebounded. So now this MA200 become a very strong support at 1857 or 1860 to be precise. As long as gold stay above 1860, the market, or the gold market, is still okay. It may recover, but you can see in terms of technical point, the resistance seemingly is still very strong at the moment. So the thing is this: what if the vaccine news ain't coming out true? Of course, then gold will shoot right up. I repeat, gold will shoot right up. So guys, I'll give you my personal sharing. If gold breaks up, okay, 2 reasons. One, is due to our own PSV system. 2, if it breaks above the MA30. Now look at it from last Friday. Look at it clearly. MA30 is so powerful. Can you see that? Look at the high. Oh my goodness. The high meets perfectly the MA30 and pulls back. So it hit about 1897 and pull back to 1889. So my point is this: when you see a technical point behaving like that, that means the impact will be great if the market one day the market cross above it. So the day gold cross above MA30, there is a fairly good chance it will test up to the midpoint of this entire movement. Okay, and then if it go higher, it will basically cover this entire black candle. So my personal take is this: if the MA30 is crossed and stay above, there is a very good chance we can see a $50 to $60 upside in gold. So gold traders, next week could be your week to make a lot of money, right? So gold traders, watch out. But of course, on the flip side, if the vaccine news is really true, and you see that all the medical stocks is rushing up, then gold will plunge further. Now, gold MA200 some will be hitting here this point at 1860. If gold loses 1860, right, there will be selling all the way down to 1840, then further down to 1818 level or 19 level. And then my final number is a number that I've been preaching for longest of time, is 1795. Okay, guys, so you got all numbers. So gold has to stay above the MA200. If not, there will be selling in this manner. But if gold can break the MA30, then of course I believe gold will go back to 1953 at least. Okay, gold traders, got my hint. I hope you make good money next week. Okay. And last but not least, I will show you my crude oil chart. Now, this is my crude oil chart. So looks like we're going to see a recovery soon. But when I put up my chart bigger, I realized that no. Apparently, the trend line was broken 3 days ago when the market, 4 days ago when the market has the news, right? But surprisingly, the U-turn came in and the market now goes right back into my trend line. Now, what it's showing here is, right, unless we're going to see something positive happening, if not, right, if the market touches this MA30, watch out for it. There's a many incidents whereby when you lose the MA30, the selling throws in. Okay, so which means that if it throws in this time round, it should be going lower than $33. Now, if crude oil goes down to $33, Dow Jones to lose at least 1,000 points is highly possible. But of course, if crude oil recovers and stay up above my trend line, then yes, I can see as much as $45. And that will likely bring the Dow past 30,000 again. Okay, so you heard me. If crude oil goes up and hit $45, there's a high chance that Dow Jones could hit as much as 30,000. But if crude oil price goes down, then I believe the Dow will go down by at least 1,000 points. All clear on that? If you're clear, can you key number 1, just in case you're already sleeping already? just double check and see whether you guys are still around. Okay, while you guys are keying, I just checked the weekend IG market. At the moment now, it's only showing that it's down by 13 points. So nothing spectacular happened. So I really don't know what's going on over there in the US news there. So, okay, guys. So this is all I will share for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this session. But before you go, I'd like to show you my little toy that I'm basically playing with. Playing with means that I haven't traded live yet, but I'm definitely watching this here. This is my latest toy. This is Bitcoin. Now, if you look carefully, my friends, on coming Saturday, we're doing my preview. I will tell you more, but if you are KCX traders, you know that, right? I told you before, KCX will be very good for very trending counters. And actually, I'm using the hybrid of gold technical to plot into Bitcoin. And I can tell you this, all I can say is that I'm pretty happy with the general result. So if all goes well, all right, guys, oops, sorry, we might be able to see a very powerful indicator available for all of us in the market. All right, so dear PSB students, all right, you're going to make good money if you believe in cryptocurrency. And for those who are public members, all right, this is going to be pretty important for all of us here itself. All right, guys. Okay, that will be all for today. I hope you enjoyed this MAO. I know today MAO may not be that nice and compared to the previous one, but again, with the president election over already in a way, let's look forward to how can we make money from the market. Okay, so next week is all right. Be very careful in all the data. All right, but before all of you go, just give me one more moment before you go. All right, like it or not, it's all right. This coming month, November month is still going to be okay, but coming December month, usually there is a seasonal pattern whereby usually Thanksgiving season, people be looking to buy and stuff like that. But if the COVID-19 virus start to spread deeply and widely in USA, right, it will really turns the other way around. Okay, so be very careful on those December, especially that itself from 15th of December onwards. Now, based on my mathematical formula, from 15th December onwards, right, the market will go pretty scary. So traders, just be very careful, right? Don't be caught at the wrong side, okay? All right, May for KCX, okay, if you're a PSV member, you just contact Ben, but this KCX for cryptocurrency is not ready yet. Don't come to us yet, it's not ready. We're still at the testing stage. When we are ready, we'll let you know. Okay, KCX will go, you can contact Ben on that, no problem, contact Ben. Okay guys, good night for today. Have a great day. Take care, bye-bye. Contact him through Telegram. Okay, good night, bye-bye.